And it's all being done in the name of equality and diversification. Well, here to tell us what his state is doing to push back on that proxy voting authority is Florida's Chief Financial Officer, Jimmy Patronis. Jimmy, good to see you again. Explain to me what Florida is doing and why.
So great to be with you. I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Look, last month, early this month, the governor, Ron DeSantis, Ashley Moody, myself, we are the SBA. We're the State Board of Administration. We're the trustees over all states' investments. So we have about $245 billion under management. We decided to assert our seats at the table with our voting rights. We're going to make sure that we're going to make investments in the best interests of the citizens of the state of Florida and not necessarily have it all solely focused on Chinese or woke businesses. We're going to make sure that these money managers are focused on returns, being fiduciary responsible, not trying to change culture or re-engineer society.
So basically, you guys got about $250 billion and you owned a bunch of shares and BlackRock managed it for you, right? And then they would go to the meetings and say, well, we want somebody on the board to fulfill this kind of diversity and inclusion and equality, or we want the company to do this. But they were doing that with your money, right?
Correct. Exactly. With our votes. And I tell people all the time, if you don't engage in the voting process, you get the government you deserve. This is no different what the state of Florida is doing with the companies we invest in. We're paying more attention now than ever before on how these companies are being managed, what their board of directors look like, what policies they're considering, and we're asserting ourselves at the table to make sure that's in the best interest of the citizens of the state of Florida, and we will move the needle.
So let me just, I get it. If I have a pension in the state of Florida, then that matters for me. But if I'm just a regular old investor, or I'm sitting at home with an IRA, is there any similar analogy to the average person's life that may not have a pension with the state of Florida that's sitting home and saying, okay, is there something in my world that's happening like that?
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're invested in a, say you've got stocks in Amazon, or if you've got stocks in Google, if you have it through a personal brokerage account, you sometimes have access through your 401k. You can have those voting proxies, those voting shares, your voting rights sent to you in the form of a ballot. And you will fill out that ballot. You'll select new board members. You'll vote on policies. And sometimes they'll tell you on the ballot that the board of directors does not recommend you vote for these policies. So there's even an influence from the board on one way or the other when you get these ballots. So again, the state of Florida, we're going to bring these proxies in-house. And we're not going to let maybe a fund manager who's being too woke make investments that are not in the best interest of the state of Florida's dependence on China. We've all saw that over the last 2 years. Is there aggression towards the West? And maybe, just maybe, we need to start putting our money somewhere else.
So if I'm sitting at home and I have an E-Trade account or a Charles Schwab account or whatever, and I get those little envelopes, I should open them and take a look at what they're asking and get engaged. Because if you don't do that, then the BlackRocks of the world are the ones that are doing it on your behalf. Is that right?
Absolutely. So when you get your annual statement, there'll be a board of directors, and it's like campaign materials. It'll have the profiles of candidates that are seeking reappointment to the board. You'll have a chance to vote affirmative or unaffirmative for them, or maybe new members, but there'll be bios there. Do your due diligence. You do your research like you would do for a candidate or an issue that was going to be on the November ballot. You should do the exact same thing when you get your proxies from the companies you invest in.
So when you call up BlackRock and say, hey, we're going to be doing the voting now, what was the reaction?
The meeting was the second week of December when we had the meeting. Our SBA has now started to transmit those actual issues. And what we technically did, we revoked all voting proxy authority that has been given to outside fund managers. We're bringing it back in-house to the state of Florida. We've established the fund managers should only act slowly in the financial interest in the state of Florida's funds. We also wanted to conduct a survey of all the state of Florida's assets and see what we own in Chinese-based companies.
I love it. Now, okay, so then the question I have is, are other states and other institutions looking and saying, hey, wait a second, if Florida can do this, we should do it too?
So this is what I've learned. I did 8 years in the state legislature, and just whenever I think there's a better mousetrap out there on an education policy, healthcare policy, transportation policy, Florida has always led the way. This is no different. I think we have set a tone of what the state of Florida is going to be doing with our investments as we have awakened the bear that Florida can be. Other states, I cannot see how they don't follow suit. Look. Kudos to Governor DeSantis. He is leading on this. We have agreed to do this unanimously. And again, just setting these fund managers on notice that the state of Florida is now paying full attention to every one of our actions with our investments.
I'll tell you, the fund managers are paying attention, but the companies are also going to pay attention because now they're answering to Florida, not BlackRock. Jimmy, I got to tell you, I am so proud of what you and Governor DeSantis did. Kudos to you guys. This is the way to go. I congratulate you for standing up to BlackRock, to fighting for the principles that matter to the people of Florida, against China and against this woke agenda. So thank you. God bless you. And I hope 2022 brings 49 other states with Florida.
Well, thank you for bringing a spotlight onto this. And Sean, I wish you and your entire family and everybody at Newsmax a prosperous 2022.